Well, I came to acupuncture because I realized that a lot of Western medicine is hit or miss, especially with allergy medications. So since my husband had such a great experience with acupuncture, I decided to try it myself, and I was hooked from the first time.
But acupuncture in pathways particularly appealed to me because it is a very cohesive group, and they deal. I think the understanding of acupuncture is within pathways is always treating the whole person. So that's always appealed to me about complementary medicine. And so when I started going there, yeah, it helped me a lot.
I thought that it would be like thick needles. I wasn't sure if you would be like poked with them or if they were just put in and let to go. I had no idea like how it could make your body react or how it was useful.
I used to be terrified of needles, but for some reason the thought of acupuncture needles did not scare me as much as other medical needles, because I knew how thin they were and I knew how specific they were, just from talking to other people who've had it and from seeing, video clips of acupuncture. So I was very excited to try it myself.
If you have a condition and you want to get some help with it, you need to keep going for a little while to get it, because it's not like popping a pill. It actually takes a little while for the body. In treating the whole body, what the acupuncturist is doing is helping you to heal yourself, which is probably the best thing anybody could do. So they're really not doing anything except aligning your energies and helping you to really help yourself.
Once I got the explanation about meridians and the idea of chi flowing through your body, and experimented around with a couple of different acupuncturists, that's when my opinion really changed about it. And now I feel like I can use it as, if I feel a cold coming on or something, get a treatment really quick. And as the time goes by, I understand how I can use it to my benefit better.
The best part of acupuncture is that I'm not on as many medications as I would be if I were not in acupuncture. I also do Chinese herbs at Pathways, which is enormously helpful. So I know that I'd be on many more medications if it weren't for the acupuncture and the Chinese herbs.
I actually think about it as a form of just maintenance of healthcare for me.
There was a time that I felt a cold coming on and got a treatment and got needles in my nose, near my eyeballs, and it's just right away I didn't have a sore throat anymore, literally right away. I got out and I was like, oh my goodness, I don't have a tickle in my throat anymore. It's just amazing. When I did start here, I didn't really have any sense of urgency to try it out, because I was just okay, well, how is this going to be effective? I don't understand. And I know the best way to understand is to try it. I had no sense of urgency because I didn't understand what it could be useful for, and now trying it, it's wow, you can use it for absolutely everything. Everything and anything. So why not?
My gynecologist, I was specifically interested in letting him know about the acupuncture. He's not too interested in it, and neither is my primary care doctor. They're aware of my complementary medicines, but they're not as educated about it as I wish they were. And I have, as time progresses, I of course have more complicated medical issues, so I'm reluctant to change practitioners at this point. On the other hand, the specialists that I've had are very aware of acupuncture. Physical therapists absolutely see the value of acupuncture along with physical therapy. When I've gone in for minor surgeries, the nurses and anesthesiologists have all been very supportive of acupuncture and any other kinds of alternative therapies that I've had.
So I look at it in terms of just sort of cost, as opposed to, rather pay for an acupuncture treatment than pay for medication or for seeing a doctor, or a co-payment on my insurance.
And I've also stayed out of the doctor's office, and I did that through using acupuncture. So I've also haven't had to pay for any prescriptions.
And I also really appreciate how acupuncture is a complementary medicine. I felt like I was having a physical every time I came for acupuncture, because the practitioner would always ask me questions about different systems of my body, and what medications I was on. And they were interested in having, I would always volunteer to give them descriptions of whatever medication I was on so they could see how the treatments complemented each other.
Yeah, and one of the things about Pathways is if you're paying for a private treatment, you're actually supporting the bigger program, which is the community room, which helps a lot of people who can't afford big money. So.
Well, fortunately, Pathways to Wellness is wonderful. They have a sliding scale fee. If you have neighborhood health plan and I think some other kinds of health plan, there is some coverage for it. So I've been very lucky in that way. I am taking a couple of expensive medications. However, I know that I would, as I say, I know I'd be on more. So the cost of the medication, of the Chinese herbs and the acupuncture, to me it's an investment in my health long term, and it's a sure thing. It's been around for thousands of years, and I feel as if a lot of Western pharmaceuticals are, we're all guinea pigs. So I really trust the ancient practices almost more than I do the Western medications. First of all, to relax. It's relatively painless. Once the needles are in and positioned, you're not aware of them at all. And it's a wonderful hour or a half hour out of the day for complete relaxation. Sometimes you can feel the effects of the treatment right away.
And some people get very quick results, especially with pain. But I would say for a lot of people I know who are impatient or who would probably want something fast, because it can take a little while, like for inflammation or for building up immunity or helping with some specific condition. Yeah, I think it can take quite a few treatments, and I would say not to just expect overnight, but just to keep going often as you can. And
it's not in any way as scary as you think it's going to be. It doesn't even come close to being as invasive as you think it may be or as aggressive as you think it may be. And then afterwards, I think you'll just be left with amazement at what just went on inside your body.
I don't understand it completely, but it's about the chakras of the system, so it's a completely different way of looking at the human body. And just leaving yourself open to your practitioner and knowing that this method of medication has been around for thousands of years and is practiced all around the world. That gives me great confidence and comfort. And I would wish the same for anyone entering acupuncture for the first time. So I recommend Pathways to all of my friends and anybody who I run into to talk about acupuncture. It's a wonderful organization, very caring, and the energy in the office, inside and out, is just wonderful. So, and they're a caring, you feel like you're part of a community when you come into Pathways. And their flexible payment arrangement is extremely helpful. And I know that people who are able to pay full price for medications are subsidizing the cost of those of us who can't. So it's extremely helpful. So I recommend Pathways and acupuncture to everybody.